An aspect of handling and managing golfer's elbow or tennis elbow is designing a grip mechanism to take a standard closed fist grip and widen it. In this example, we're going to use a simple household item. This is just an empty canister that was in our pantry, and using a device or a contraption like this will increase the grip while performing the following exercises. So for this exercise here, we're going to take a standard piece of exercise elastic. We're going to wrap this completely around this canister. We'll then anchor the end of this band to the floor with our foot. In determining the appropriate amount of resistance and tension that you want to develop from the exercise band, it's important to first observe how much range of motion you have in a region with no resistance. So in this demonstration here, you can see the amount of range of motion in the subject's wrist. If we grasp onto our apparatus band combination, we want to see the exact same amount of range of motion with that resistance. If the tension was too excessive on your setup, then you might see a loss of range of motion as demonstrated here. If you lose excessive amounts of range of motion, more than about 10% of your motion, then the tension is too great. So as you can see in this demonstration here, the upwards, or rather extension of the wrist, is still allowed to go through the full range of motion with a wider grip by combining this band around this apparatus. The next movement is going to be flexion of the wrist, which is seen here. And with the combination of that band and that apparatus, we're allowed to keep a much more wide open grip. Common traditional approaches that might look like this, where we're simply holding the band, moving through the same two patterns, but we're doing it with a much more narrow, closed, tight-fisted grip, which can exacerbate tennis or golfer's elbow in the early beginnings. Another key element of both conditions is the relative position of your elbow. You should start these exercises with a bent elbow, typically more preferred in this position here, with a wider grip. As your exercises progress, you'll want to perform these exercises with a straightened elbow, going through the same two patterns of the wrist with a wide grip, and lastly closing down that grip. So the terminal drill might look something like this: a tight closed fist and a straightened elbow going through the full range of motion. The length of time it takes one to tolerate a movement like this will be dependent on numerous factors.